Hi guys, welcome to Make That Sea Change and the video accompanying my post on how to build an affiliate marketing website. My name's Paul, and today I'm just going to run you through the building the website portion of the post. Not in a great lot of detail. As I've mentioned, it's quite a long process and there's a lot to it, but I just wanted to give you a quick run through so you can see how simple the basics is that you can undertake to create yourself and get yourself a working website quite quickly, which again then allows you to start adding content, which then allows you to start actually working towards an online business. It's not a fast process. It takes time, takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of work, but in the end, the rewards are well worth it. We're going to assume that we're at the point where we've finished our website planning. I've gone through and done a little bit of planning for the demonstration that we're going to do. So what problem I'm solving here is I'm building a site to help people who want to open a cafe. Cafes are something that are very big here in Australia, at least. We spend a lot of time in them, especially for Sunday brunch and coffee and meetings and all sorts of things like that. So for those of you overseas, think of a place where you'd go and have coffee and cake or brunch or something like that. That's what we're talking about, is helping people who are opening that. So that's my niche, is cafes and opening cafes. Quite a wide niche. Having said that, I couldn't find a lot of competition online, so it's something that I think might work for those of you looking for a niche. And if you know about cafes, there you go. There's a niche that you might want to think about. My branding for this, I've chosen a dark logo, and I'm going to use woody colours. I think that's something that could change. Cafes are remarkably different all around the place. That's my thought process to start with. Thinking about Sunday brunch, thinking about the popular cafes around where I live and the types that are really busy, and they're all, lots of wood and lots of just open space. So that's what I'm looking at. Obviously, a cafe in Australia is going to be a lot different than a cafe in Bali or cafe in Europe. But you get the point. You get the drift of what I'm looking at. I've named it Coffee House Starter. Will be the name of my site. I did some keyword searching, and that one that actually does get some searches on and is quite under service, so that's why I've chosen that one. I wanted to name my site something that people would search for, and there's not a lot of competition, as I said, and I've named my site something that doesn't resonate with something else. I haven't called it Smartbucks or anything like that. So that's just a quick run through of how my planning's come about. In real life, it'd obviously take a lot longer to plan it out, and you'd map it all out and do all that, but that's where I'm at with that. Okay, so the site builder I'm using here is the Wealthy Affiliate site builder. I did mention 3, Wealthy Affiliate, WordPress and Wix, all very good. I use Wealthy Affiliate. It's my number 1 recommendation. Go to the bottom of the post here if you want to find out more information about it. Just a very quick outline of it. You can see there it's got a lot of training information that I can go to. It's got live events, so live training. I can do my Jaxie keyword search there, and obviously I can go to my website and I can build my website. So I did mention in the post that different platforms ask for a domain or set you up a domain at different types. If I wanted to buy Coffee House Recipes, I could actually click on here, register my domain and purchase it. So if I go Coffee House Starter, no spaces, and I look for that, and it's available, and it's $13.99. So that would be per year. You can see all the different variations. I highly recommend getting the .com. You really don't want to mess around with orgs and nets, although other people can buy them, as I've outlined in the post. But if I wanted that one, I could use that. I'm actually just going to go with a free domain service just for the demo. Obviously, I'm not using this site in anger, it's just purely for the demonstration. So I'm going coffeehousestarter.sirubix.com. It's available, we already knew that because we looked at it, and Coffee House Starter there. Got my name, got my domain. Now all I need to do is find a theme. There's so many themes in here, 4,000 odd I think I do. Yeah, 4,069 themes. So I can have a look at a few. This one's got a big picture on it. So let's have a look at a demo of this one and see what it's going to look like. I don't mind this theme. I don't really like the colouring, but I can put a picture there. I could probably change that name. I'll be able to change that name. So yeah, I don't mind that one. Let's have a bit of a look down. I wanted some slightly different colouring. If I keep going, I think, oh, look at that one. There's one with actually coffee on it. Let's look at a demo of that. Colours are a bit better. I can change them a little bit, I'm hoping, to make it a bit more of a woody, lighter type thing. I like the black because I already know what my logo is, and obviously you'll see that, but I like this black, and I like, for what I've got in my head, and remember in the post that I did talk about a vision for your site, this sort of meets what I got in my head. So it's a bit hard for me to explain it completely at the moment. I can see my menus and all sorts of stuff there as well. So you know what? I think I'm going to pick this one. If I don't like it, I can always change it. So I'm going to choose this theme. I've got my theme there. I can change the look from here. I'm not going to, purely because I want to show you how it looks once we get in to build the site. Clicking here to build this site in Wealthy Affiliate actually publishes it. So I could go and see it online straight away. I'm going to build the site only because I wanted to show you this part. So you can see here that it's installing my database. It will install my security. It will install a few things. And that's what the beauty of a theme is. And some of this is the Wealthy Affiliate site as well. But a theme or a template has all the HTML coding, everything behind the scenes that you need to have a website up and running. Effectively, what we've just done there is built a website. There's nothing on it that we have customized yet, but it's a website, and it is actually, once this is finished, will be available on the World Wide Web. So that's how simple it is. You don't need to know HTML code or CSS code to build a website. If I'm being honest, I do use a little bit of HTML code if I want to change my numbering around, or I want to change things like that around. I do actually use a bit of my code knowledge. Having said that, as I keep saying, you really don't need to know too much about HTML codes to get it up and running. So you can see here my website's installed, ready to go. I've got my login details. Here's my URL information. Siterubix.com because it's a free one that I'm using within Wealthy Affiliate. WordPress says .wordpress.com, Wix is .wix.com if you're using their free domains as well. If I'd have purchased the domain that we looked at a minute ago, it would say coffeehousestarter.com. So you can see all that there. There's other information I've got here. My securities on there, my spam blockers are on there. That's to do with Wealthy Affiliate. Wix and WordPress do have that functionality as well if you're looking on there. Okay, so let's log in. I've got an admin user here. One of the things you would do if you were, once you've set up, and you'll see it in the post, once you've set up, creating a customized user is very important. You'll notice on the posts on my page that you found that it will say, created by Paul. That's what it does. Okay, so it makes it a bit more personable as well. So let's log in. And logging you in, and I'm going to pause this for a sec, guys, because I've got to fix a few things. Hang on one sec. Again, we're back. Sorry about that. My own fault. I had a setting set on my laptop for a different site I was looking at, so that's why I got that error. You won't normally see that error. And I don't really want to redo the whole thing and lose all my site and have to change everything. So that's what happened. Anyway, we're into the dashboard now. So you can see it says welcome to WordPress. So within Wealthy Affiliate, I'm using a WordPress editor. And straight up, I've got customize my site. I can do that under the appearance tab over here and customize. I'm just going to go straight into it here. So that will bring up my customization page. And I mentioned in the site that there's a premium edition, get all features. So some of the things that I may want to change in here, I haven't noticed any yet. Obviously, I've only just opened the site, but you know what? keep to your free themes for now. There will be times as you work through a new site especially, that you may decide to change something or add new information or change the way you want it to be viewed. That will sometimes necessitate a change in theme. I'll go through that with you in a second anyway, but you just want to make sure that you've got your theme right before you start paying for new ones. So let's have a look here at the site to start with, I guess, just so we can see what we're looking at and see what we might want to change based on what we looked at originally. So if I go to the visit site, you can see here it's got my Coffee House Starter. It's got sample page, which is a sample blog page. I will delete that in a second, but if I go back to Coffee House Starter, I can see, remember when we looked at the theme originally that had pictures and the like in there? So let's go and just update that a bit. So we're going to go back to customize here, easier than going all the way back through our dashboard. Header image, and let's add a new image here. I did change one of my pictures down. I had downloaded a couple and I've just narrowed that down. That's something that I've sort of snuck ahead and done through trial and error. I do know that if I put a big picture on there, like the Coffee House or Coffee House One, it is going to take up a lot of space on my page. So I already knew how to bring that down. I've used Snagit for that, but there is a number of programs you can use that will do that. So let's move that over, and that will get loaded onto my site. I'm going to put I'm actually going to change that to Coffee House Starter, and then site header. Two reasons that I want to make this right is because I'm going to put it in my title, and I'm also going to put it in my alt text. Alt text is critical. What alt text does, it helps with search engine optimization, because Google and Bing and Yahoo and the others, they don't just look for words within your documents or in your posts, but they look in graphics as well. So that's a good one. It'll pick up my keyword or my site title in that. But it's also used, originally the alt text was used for, if you've got someone who's sight impaired and they mouse over a particular picture, the settings they have on their site will actually read that to them. So let's go select and crop. It's not giving me the crop ID to crop. It doesn't normally do, some themes don't do that on the header image, which mine isn't. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm going to skip cropping, and it is going to load that image onto my site. So there's my image. Now you notice here that I've got my header up above here, I've got my image and then my information down there. If I'd have selected the big picture, the one that I showed you, it would go all the way down, and I'd have to scroll down to about here before I even saw my text. So that's why I narrowed that down. So that's the explanation of that. Within these editors, I can go through each of these parts here, or you'll notice I've got little element editors there. I've got Coffee House Starter there. Let's add a logo. We talked about logos in our post. I've created a logo. Here's one I created earlier, as they say. I'm going to change that as well. Select that. I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller. I'll show you why. You'll see why once we load it up. So I'm going to crop that image to there. And look at that. I've got a Coffee House Starter. I've got starters on my logo, so that's really bad. If I had time, I'd go back and fix that. But you get the idea. Now you can also see here that on my title, I've got Coffee House Starter there, and Coffee House Starter is my logo. So I'm actually going to remove that from here. And I'm going to put a little tagline on here that says, for all your new cafe needs. I'm going to put that in there. That's black. Let's change that That's not going to change at the moment. But what I do want to do, I want to change my background colour. I want it to be a bit of a brown. I don't know if I like that. Let's go the yellows. Let's take it down a bit. Maybe the brown down a bit. You know what? That'll do for now. So there's my colour for my background. So I don't really like that colour actually. Let's try go back to our darker orange. Maybe a yellowy, reddy orange. Make that a little lighter. That's better. I'm trying to do a couple of things here. You can see the brown that I've got on the wood of my background picture here. Maybe make that a little bit closer. Anyway, that'll do for now anyway. We can play with that for hours. You can see my information there. So if I publish that and then close that off and have a look at that on the World Wide Web, there is my site. So you can see I've changed, put my logo on, put my word in there. I don't like that font. That's a base font. I can go in and change that through my pages. I've got my menu there. I can change my menu. I can change what goes into my panel here. This site will be set up. That would be my main section. That's my panel. So I can change all of that. And as I build more pages within my site, there's a lot more that I can change here as well. Let's go to post and page settings. For another background image, so I could put a background image here if I wanted. So I might have like if I just had an image of, remember before I said that I like it wood, like a wood type thing, I might just have a wood grain image I might want to load there. It's not what I'm looking for. Colours is what I'm looking for, background colour. Let's make that a lighter yellow. That might just, just gives it a little bit more, bit of a change. Home page settings. So that's a latest posts. I might have a static page. So that's going to change my static page, which I don't really want. So I'm going to keep that as my blog page. If I chose a static, the only reason I went back to static page now is because I wanted to just keep that picture there. If what a static page does is it just allows you to select, just put sync parts on there all the time. If you look on my Make That Sea Change homepage, it's a static page because I've got on there my Wealthy Affiliate links, my blogs, and my how-tos, and I want them there all the time because that's the three areas that I want to push people to on my own affiliate site. I have other sites, Man vs. Oils is one that I have. It's got blog posts on the front. So there's a couple there that you can look at and you can see the different things that you're looking at. You know what? That's about it for the moment. Let's just leave it at that. I can change my menus. Where do I want my menus there? The primary menus that I want. My menus will go up along my page here. I can change quite a bit of that within here. I'm not going to spend too much time on it now. As we move forward from here, we would be adding content. The more I look at it, the less I like that colour there, but let's publish that anyway. And just finally, if I don't like the theme, we can change it. So let's go back to our themes. This is where I said before, if there's something you don't like about it, you can actually have a look and see what you want to get. Some of them I've already downloaded, so I can even see a live preview of what the theme would look like. So that's a sample page. I'd have to go back in then, reload my logo, reload my site title. Then I'd have to go back in and add my header image. All those things need to be done for each time I reloaded a theme. So I am at the moment just going to keep that. let's do that. Let's activate that theme. So let's customize that theme. So you can see it's totally different than what it looked for, but just purely so that you can see how quickly we can change that. Let's add our new image. So you can see most of my stuff's there again already. Here, so I can select and crop that. There's my image back. And then we can close it off. I'm not trying to hold you guys up here too long. Colors, background color. Let's go back to our yellowy type 1. And where is my logo gone? Up there, that'll find my logo. So there's my logo. Select a new logo. Select, crop that down as I did before because it just put less white on my page, although this is a white header, so it probably doesn't matter too much. So there's my logo. All my cafe needs, that must be white, which is why it's not showing there. Or it could simply be that, oh, it shows site tagline, that's why it's not there. You can see it's a different font now. So that's what I've done. I've changed the theme very quickly. If you had a lot of posts and stuff on there, it does keep all them. It may change the way they appear, but you're not going to lose anything if you do that. Let's have a look at this on our site. And I actually like that theme a bit better than the one I chose originally. So there you go. It's white up there. It's a bit lighter. Got my colours there. I start adding information. So there you have it. That's a very quick building a website, as I said. Hope that was helpful. Make sure before you go, this is on YouTube, so make sure you click like and subscribe to my page, because that way you'll see a lot more of all my how-to videos and the like. I will be shooting a lot more on how to, just all the little bits, so I'll go back in and show you how to add a post. We've written a post, I'll write a post and show you how to add that and all that sort of stuff. But that's it for now. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.